Okay, Jan Ozer here from Mile High Video. I'm here with Thierry Fautier, who most of us know from his time at Harmonic, but has been independent for the last couple of years. Thanks for joining me, Thierry.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Jan. Quite happy to share with you your video interview at Mile High.
So you left Harmonic maybe 2 years ago. What are you doing now? How have you monetized your incredible popularity and skills and knowledge in the video industry?
Yes. So first of all, I'm still involved deeply in the video space. I'm, of course, active on LinkedIn. I get 1 million views over the last 12 months, but that's not my main activity. My main activity is really to help CEOs to basically perform better with their teams, go after new market, fix whatever can be fixed in the existing organization. So I'm working with different companies. Some are well known, like VisualOn and Vinova. Some are less known. I'm also having some activity with the Ultra HD Forum. My baby. I started 10 years ago. So I'm quite involved in many video-related topics. That's why I come to Mile High, because Mile High is a good conference to bring all the video experts into the video technologies. And it's ranging from yesterday we had CDN, today we had players, today we have the codec, tomorrow we'll have advertisements. So quite broad topics. I'm quite happy to present on behalf of VisualOn and Intel a paper on content-aware encoding applied to the Intel technology, which will show how easy it is to integrate CAE into an existing FFmpeg environment. And of course, there are many other topics being discussed at the conference. They just asked me to chair the compression session this morning. The speaker could not talk, so I said, okay, I can talk and I understand a bit about video.
So on that, you've got a pretty interesting background. You combine both the marketing side and the engineering side. So why don't you go into what you have degrees in and what you did with Harmonic for so many years?
Yes, so first of all, my degrees are double master, VLSI design and signal processing. I was basically representing Philips on video standard technologies such as... And I've also done EMBA to understand also how to drive all those crazy engineers. So it was also an interesting step in my career, but you need to have a strong technical background. You can't be a good marketer without understanding the technology. It's quite deep. And you see, even now, I spend time in MPEG to try to guide them not to go the wrong way. Harmonic, I was having a leadership position in what we call solution marketing, which is not the product, but the solution you build and you sell to customers. I was leading a team of solution people. I was working on innovation. I was working, of course, on standards. MPEG, DVB was part of my team, SMPT. So, and you need to be connected to the rest of the industry. Like Ultra HD Forum is a typical example. You have standards in MPEG, SMPT, and ITU, but you want to deploy a service. It's quite complex. You need to sit with your competitors, with your clients, with your suppliers to say, we need to have this type of guidelines. Service tracker, typical example. Who is doing what in UHD? Service tracker, sub-menu of the Ultra HD Forum. Quite simple to access. It's open to everybody to plug their own service. So this is what I like, is sharing with people and leveling up so that everybody understands what is UHD, what is CAE, what is codec, future of codec, what is CDN scalability, Netflix doesn't match.
So going to VisualOn, when I looked at VisualOn last year before NAB, it was in the context of an AI-based pre-processing technology. Now you're talking about CAE. So what are you talking about this afternoon?
Yeah, so basically the optimizer of VisualOn does not touch the video. It's guiding the encoder, finding the right parameters every frame. And that's very different from pre-processing. Some people here present pre-processing. IIO was doing pre-processing, now part of the Sony group. So here we talk about how can you increase the efficiency of a VOD or live encoder within an FFmpeg framework, which is, I know, your favorite topic. How can you connect to whatever exists as opposed to say, I am Harmonic, I have my own CAE for my own encoder, which is fine, but how about the others? who are not using encoders.
So it's all the codecs in FFmpeg. Where does the VisualOn technology sit, and how quickly does it operate? Is it live? Is it VOD? Is it both?
It is both. It started VOD obviously because this is easier to deploy, but what's more interesting, the customers say, hey, I have those encoders and we are not very good, or I have this FFmpeg open source, but I don't like the performance, I want somebody to fix it. If FFmpeg cannot fix it, we'll fix it for them.
And which parameters is it adjusting in real time? You talk about expansive parameters, but how far beyond the preset does it go?
I think you can touch all the parameters. Obviously, the QP and the decision mode is the most impactful one, but of course, that's the secret sauce of VisualOn. What are the important parameters to touch? What is that the most impact? Of course, you can do a sequence base like Netflix does. Frame base is very interesting. I cannot give you the secrets. But
and what has your research shown? What are the numbers you're quoting in terms of increased efficiency?
I mean, we are making experiment ourselves on your test sequence, and we see 50 to 60%. And all depends also what is the base of the encoder. If the encoder is not very good, then you can do a lot of improvements. On mobile, for example, we found the Snapdragon processor not doing too well. We can save 70% bitrate on the Snapdragon processor. We are going to show the demo at the conference.
So what does that look like? I mean, so that's a recorder on a phone?
Yes. So we take our software, we put that on the Snapdragon processor, we run it. At the same time you record, our software runs, and I can show you the file size is divided by 2 or 2.5.
At the same quality.
At the same quality, which is huge for people who have tiny phones with not too much storage, or we don't want to pay cloud storage.
Yeah. It's worth thinking about. I don't know how much storage I have on this thing.
Yeah, but you have a backup. I see you have a lot of tools, but think about the guy goes on vacation, he has no network connectivity, suddenly realize he cannot store anything of his vacation.
So I'm asking people I'm speaking to about VVC. What are your, in 60 seconds or less, what are your predictions about VVC?
VVC, great technology, poor adoption, and I cannot fix that. I'm not going to go to the patent discussion, but it's a typical example, and you saw my post recently on LinkedIn saying, for mobile device, it was AVC and HEVC for encoders. VVC, nobody's touching it because it's too complicated. The good news is that VVC decoder on mobile works. Tencent, Alibaba have presented a very decent implementation up to 4K, but if I want to record, can I do it? No. Now, I know your next question is going to be H.267. If we can't sell VVC, how are we going to sell the next generation encoder?
It's remarkable to me that they're even pursuing it, but I don't want to go there. The VVC, you don't see that having an impact. Is it never going to succeed, or is it?
I cannot say that. Don't quote me on that. I say VVC, high expectation, not too much results so far.
So far or ever?
No, so far. I think Brazil will launch it. Japan will make 8K channel, but it's not impactful. What I like to hear is Chinese community telling me we cannot touch AOM, American technology, all in on VVC. VVC will be a huge success in China, and maybe beyond China. Maybe.
Okay, and tell us about how many years you've been coming to Mile High, and what's unique about Mile High as a conference?
Yeah, so I've been to the second edition, the first one in Denver. What's unique is basically a lot of video experts, academic and non-academic, and everybody knows each other. Everybody has been working with another company and customer, supplier. I'm quite happy to have you and Tommy from Faultline making the efforts to come. We need to bring all the people in this mixer. I like NAB, I like the Dan Rayburn conference, but Dan Rayburn conference is very business-minded. It's not technology. Here you have technology, much less business-minded.
And let's finish up with Faultline. I noticed you're now, are you a contributing editor, or are you?
Yes, I'm one article. I have a quota, just one article. So I'm contributing to the...
So it's one a month or one?
A week.
One a week. Okay, tell us about your last few. What have you written about?
The last one was the mobile codec orphans, not having a new codec to implement on mobile device because of the complexity. And I come with real data showing there is no VVC hardware encoder on mobile device. Software, forget about it. And if we do another codec that is not fitting in the mobile platform, it's going to be a disappointment from the get-go. And I like the fact that now the codec people are starting to listen to the industry.
That would be the first time.
No, they did it. You have to look at MPEG 2 was SD, digital TV. MPEG 4 was HD, AVC. HEVC was 4K HDR.
VVC is nothing.
No, VVC, we need to find the application. If you tell me it's VR and 8K, I'm going to leave the interview and I'm going to do something different. VVC will be hugely successful in China.
Okay, where AOM, I don't know. We can go back and forth on AOM versus VVC. I haven't seen a lot of success for AV1 either, but that's a conversation for another day.
Yes, we need both. We need both.
The thing that's
there's not
interesting
one single codec. One thing everybody agrees, Jan. There's no one single codec like in AVC days or even HEVC days where there was a complete agreement across the industry. Now there is a split. Streamers have decided to go their own way, AOM way. Broadcast industry wants to continue the MPEG JVET way. Is there a way to bring them together? No. Is there a way to implement those codecs? Yes. But on mobile, nobody is able to encode AV1 nor VVC. So in English, I would say, Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah, I mean, we're going down two parallel paths, and it's impressive what some of the AO media companies have done with AV1. It's just we just haven't seen a lot of adoption, and that's going to be, between VVC and AV1 over the next few years, it's going to be interesting to see which one gets adopted in a big way first, because I just haven't seen either one.
I think the streamers have a very strong power. The Netflix, the Google, they have power.
I think China has big power too.
Also, of course, that's what I'm saying. Don't misunderestimate, like your president would say, VVC.
Don't even go there. Okay, Thierry, thanks for joining me. Always a pleasure to see you, and we'll have a beer later on tonight.
Thank you very much. See you soon.